some BTS fans under fire for inappropriate comments about Korea's recent earthquake.
K-pop music is on right now on the best live painting K-pop show on the interwebs. Click here or click here to see this young lady and listen to K-pop and follow her on Twitch.
Woo!
A very rare instance of an earthquake hit closest to the city of Gyeongju in South Korea, which you and I have both been to multiple times. And we took your father to Gyeongju.
Yep.
5.4 in strength. And as far as I know, nobody died.
No, I think there was 2 people who were hurt. But my Facebook feed was filled up with people who were experiencing the shake and the aftershock and feeling shooken up from this earthquake.
Have you ever been a part of an earthquake before?
No.
I have.
Yeah?
When I lived out in California.
Okay.
My first few months living out there, I was at a friend's house at 3 a.m. and he had just moved into the apartment, so there weren't any furniture at all in the entire place. We were both sitting on the floor, and I was sitting back like this on the floor with my hands, and all of a sudden I could feel the earth rippling, and I looked over and he had vertical blinds hanging like a sliding glass door, and they were swaying back and forth. I'm like, dude, what is going on? He goes, it's an earthquake. And it was like riding a mild roller coaster. It was probably similar in strength to what this was.
Okay.
Because you could feel it in the ground, but it wasn't too strong. I mean, this couldn't have been too strong if nobody died from it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing anyways.
That would be a good guess.
We don't know for sure, of course. So we don't want to read into how severe this was.
And we don't want to overemphasize it, nor do we want to say that it wasn't anything.
With all that being said, apparently it was also Rap Monster from BTS's birthday on the same day as the earthquake.
Yes.
This is a pretty funny story.
This could be considered funny. I understand both sides of the argument. And so before you start firing us with lambasting, let's look at both sides.
Somebody wrote on the internet, of course, because it's Rap Monster's birthday, there's an earthquake, definitely the god of destruction. Which is actually kind of witty.
It's witty. I will give them that. It is witty, and maybe this is part of how they are coping with going through this earthquake, unless it was a foreigner who was writing this, but I believe it was a Korean person.
Okay, we don't know either about that. One of the things I read recently on the internet is how divisive the different fandoms for K-pop are in Korea versus how the international community tends to maybe like one group more than other groups, but you like more than one group. Like apparently in Korea, you only like one group only, really.
Well, I get that because it used to be Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC, and I was a total Backstreet Boys fan and NSYNC.
Somebody else wrote, it's Oppa's earthquake. Even the ground is dancing because it's happy. So Rap Monster, god of
destruction.
God of destruction, Rap Monster?
I guess that's his nickname.
God of destruction. How did he get that nickname? I can see why people might get upset if you only like EXO and somebody who likes BTS says this. You're going to be totally pissed off at them for the insensitivity.
Yes, but I get it. Even if you are a BTS fan and you are Korean living in Korea, why this would be upsetting.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of older people that live all over the country. No, that could get trapped in a house or something if there's...
Yeah, and it is
there's
scary.
destruction.
It is scary, and I can't imagine, because I haven't been through it, but I do imagine that it's scary. I do understand that it's kind of a sensitive topic right now, and some people are joking about it and how that can be seen as insensitive. But to me, this is also saying something about comedy in Korea. Because stand-up comedy and this type of witty comedy doesn't really exist all that much in Korea. And if it does, it's just starting out.
Comedy is developing still there quite a bit versus how the stand-up scene has exploded, for instance, in the US. One of the podcasts I listen to is a comedian, and he has a lot of comedians on as guests, and they'll go into how they develop ideas for jokes, and some of them come immediately after tragedy, but then they talk about how many days or weeks they have to wait in order to start telling that joke, even though as soon as the tragedy hits, their mind is working, because that's how comedians' minds function. Because I'm so much more used to hearing about comedy in that way from comedians firsthand, and seeing this doesn't offend me personally, which is why I think it's kind of funny, or it's kind of well put. And then I feel even better about it when I find out nobody died.
Yes, and that kind of goes along with what you were just saying, because this happened the same day as the earthquake. Immediately, people were posting these comments because it was his birthday, and they were trying to be witty, and it's too soon.
Yeah.
It's too close, and people are too hurt and shooken up, sorry for the really bad pun, by the earthquake to not be offended by this. A lot of comedy in Korea is gag comedy, and it's been that way for over 20 years. Most of the stand-up community is actually foreign. We have a friend who helped to start the stand-up comedy in Seoul.
In English.
Yes, and it's mostly foreigners going up and performing. And most of your Korean comedians that you see doing stand-up are Korean American.
This is an important conversation to have, though, because there are two sides, like you said in the very beginning, and it's difficult to really evaluate everything that's going on here without some sort of lengthy discussion. Because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and of course you don't want anybody to get physically injured or hurt in an earthquake.
True.
And then in the aftermath, when you find out that nobody was injured, humor can start to come in slowly. And like you said, the humor came in too quickly, maybe. We know that a lot of you heard about the earthquake in Korea, but did you hear about this? Comments, and what's your reaction?
Yes, there's a lot to be said about comedic timing. Do you feel that this was too soon?
Let us know and click the like button. Thank you so much for supporting us, and don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego!
Bye!